Mr. Brown, you said, right? All right. Good morning, Mr. Brown. All right, you're Jermaine Brown? Okay, Mr. Brown, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Holy moly, Mr. Brown. Oof. So you're now on bond for 2 felonies, and now you picked up another 2 cases? Holy moly.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're also charged with evading arrest or detention. All right, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On Friday 14, excuse me, on May 14, 2024, officers responded to a shoplifting at the fossil store located at 5085 Westheimer Road, Harris County, Texas. Complainant Alicia Cooper stated defendant purchased a wallet and asked about service, which required her to go to the back. To the counter, the defendant was gone. Complainant reviewed surveillance footage, which showed the defendant putting on a necklace and placing other jewelry items in his pockets, leave the store without paying for the items. Complainant provided a description to the officers. Officers observed the defendant in the mall and ordered him to stop. The defendant sped up his pace and started to run when officers pursued him. The defendant ran out of the loading docks, through 2 garages, and out to the streets while officers chased him in uniform, ordering him to stop. The defendant was eventually caught approximately half a mile away. Officers recovered a necklace and 3 bracelets from the defendant's pockets and 1 necklace off the defendant's neck that was taken from Fossil Store, totaling a total amount of $340. Pending felony tampering government records and pending felony false statement obtained through credit, $30,150.
So what happened on the felony tampering case?
I believe we're yet pending. It's
Yeah.
still back on the 19th.
I want to know how dangerous this dude is.
August 19th, that case is reset for August. I'm pulling it up now. So Leos were dispatched to a forgery in progress. The officers met with the complainant who stated the defendant attempted to use a fake ID to get a Kia vehicle from a dealership. The defendant was filling out paperwork to purchase the vehicle. Complainant asked the defendant for a social security card, and the defendant said he would have to go to LA to get his card. First red flag for complainant. Complainant asked for insurance. Defendant gave him insurance, but complainant verified later the defendant left with the vehicle. After verifying, complainant stated defendant was not the policyholder and that someone else was. Next day, defendant sent picture of social security card. Complainant was suspicious of the photo. Complainant began tracking the vehicle. Complainant was next door at other dealership. Second red flag. Complainant looked at a copy of the driver's license, which only had 9 digits instead of 20 of the audit number. Complainant sent picture to officers.
I think we're good. I think we're good. You know, Mr. Brown, what do you do for a living?
Homeless at the moment.
How old are you?
24.
Why are you homeless at 24?
Came out here, had a job lined up, the job fell through. Also, my apartment fell through, and I was living in my car at the moment, and I was strapped at the moment.
Where mom and dad?
Back in Louisiana.
Why aren't you back at Louisiana?
They won't allow me to come back home after the felony charges.
The hole that you dig now, Mr. Brown, and the fact that you are branding yourself a thief time and again at 24 is going to hose you and come back to bite you in the scheisse 15 times over. How you are now and what you do with your life now is you are setting yourself up for the next 40 years. And if you act like this, and if you try to set yourself up like this, you will be just another person with a number on their back, with no prospects, no money, living this miserable. This life can be fantastic. It can be wonderful. Where you jet set to Paris, you go to Monte Carlo, you buy nice and expensive things, or this life can be a rotten, miserable journey where you're scrounging for food doing stuff on the street that you never thought you would do just to earn a dollar, just to feed yourself. You're headed there now. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the people of Harris County. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your situation is. I don't care who you are. But if you're going to endanger my public, I'm going to take you off the street in a heartbeat. And then I'm going to tell you now, you were lucky to get out now, to even have 2 felony cases, and now you got these 2 cases here. Something stupid like that. Now, I'm going to keep you so close, you're going to think I've made a new career just to have you here. I'm putting a monitor on you so I know where you are at all times. And I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. Where is this, at the Galleria? Where was this?
Yes, Your Honor. The Galleria, Westheimer.
You were not allowed to go to the Galleria whatsoever. Do you have an actual driver's license?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Then you are not allowed to drive. And I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me you're not going to drive. I don't care what your situation is. You ain't got a license, no driving. If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. But I'm going to keep you on a very short leash. The other thing that you must understand is that you're on bond for 2 felony cases and you've picked up 2 misdemeanors. It's very possible now that they revoke your bonds upstairs and they issue 2 felony warrants and double your bonds where they are now. At some point, you're going to get it. And if you don't, I'm going to have him monitored now, so you don't need to do it. So no driving, no alcohol, no drugs. We will randomly test him. No going to the Houston Galleria whatsoever. We'll put a GPS monitor on him so we know where he is at all times. Waive all the fees. 3 days, please. 3 days. I'm going to set you up with a lawyer now. They have services that are available if you need. All you have to do is ask. I will feel absolutely no sympathy or empathy for you if you pick up a new case, you endanger my public, or hurt anybody else. I don't give a rat's behind when you do anything like that. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I repeatedly put people in jail. In my opinion, I probably have the highest jail count because I'm tougher than most felony judges. Do you mind reaching out to the mouth, please, for Mr. Brown? All right, so I'm going to have you come over here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. You will get the Victoria where I'm going to have you sign a reset, and then you'll get with pre-trial for your bond conditions. Don't fail me now. Where are you going to be living now?
My partner now.
Okay, it's time for you to get a job, a full-time job that's legitimate, and let's make that a bond condition as well. And I want to see him back here in 2 weeks. 2 weeks to see what he's done to get a job. Mr. Brown, you will get a full-time job, and I want to see what proof you've done it. In 2 weeks, I want you back here to show me what you've done to get a full-time job. If you've done nothing, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you graduate from high school?
I did.
Good. All right, let's go. Make me proud. Matt. Ready? Okay. Coming up, Mr. Henry.
Richard.
So is it the interference is going to be dismissed?
Yes.
Okay. You've worked out a plea bargain agreement, Mr. Henry. On both of your cases, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with interference with an emergency request for assistance. The plea bargain agreement is that they're going to dismiss the interference in exchange for your plea on the assault. What you must understand is this comes with an affirmative finding of family violence, meaning that if you ever pick up another one of them and hurting them, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony, a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Even grabbing someone's arm, slightly pressured where it hurts, you're looking at 2 to 10 in the penitentiary. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. On an affirmative finding, even on a deferred, even if you successfully complete the deferred, if you ever pick up another assault, you'll be facing some serious time in prison. I would be very careful. You can also never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you are stuck with this forever. Now, you want to do a deferred on this thing, am I right? Understand that with this deferred, there are timing requirements. You cannot do what you were doing while you're on bond here on this deferred. If you do, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. You'll be looking at an entire year in custody if you violate this. Do you understand? The plea bargain agreement is you must do the BIP class. I don't know if 6 months is enough. If you can get it done in 6 months, great. You know, I'll make this deal even sweeter for you, Mr. Henry. If you can finish this thing quick, I will take you off quick. If you get it done, I mean, because this thing is 18 weeks, right? What is that? 3, 6, 9, 12. It's at least 5 months, right? If you get it done and you start now, if you're already registered, I will give him credit for the registration that he's in now. I'll give you credit for everything that you've done now to help you out. You don't have to redo everything. If you get it done quick, I'll take you off of this quick. The minute you get done with this anger management class, I'll take you off your probation. So if you get it done within the next 4.5 months, I'll take you off in 4.5 months.
The class once a week, can't go twice a week.
I've heard different things. I've heard from most people that you can only do it once a week, but I've also heard some people are able to do it twice a week.
It's
I
like
don't
a large provider listing. It's like the pages long. You'll just have to call them and see which one works best for your schedule. So some of them are weekly.
If you can do it and do it twice a week, that means you can be done in, 9 weeks. What is that? You can be done literally in 3.5 months. I'll take you off the minute you get done. Understand though, that if you don't get this thing done, I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. You cannot play the same game that you've been done while you're on bond. It's just not going to go well. Okay. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? You still want to do this, right? Okay. Because understand that, the other thing, no drugs, no alcohol, no harassing, threatening, or abusive contact with Precious Williams. This thing is going to trail you forever. You have to be careful because if you ever get into this kind of squabble with someone else, you're looking at some serious time. Have you ever been to have you been to the penitentiary before?
I'm in state jail.
Okay. What do you do for a living now? You working?
So I'm not clocking in on the clock, like helping my friend move. Like he got a moving company, and I'll go and help out. So I'm doing something. I'm doing that, but actually clocking in, I'm not doing that.
I want you to have a full-time job. I want you to work. I think that's the most important thing, especially with the kid you got. The kid doesn't eat part-time, needs food full-time. It needs clothes full-time, not part-time basis, man. When you got a kid, your life's not about you anymore. It's your kid. That's the most important thing that's in your life because they ain't got food, they ain't got clothes. What? They can't fend for themselves. That's you must have a full-time job as well. Okay. All right, Mr. Henry, I wish you the best of luck. I hope that you can get this done early. I'm telling you, you get it done early, I'll take you off early. Okay, and reduce his fees to the minimum, please. Okay. No. He's not allowed to. No. I mean, now as part of this agreement, you cannot have any more guns. You understand? Huh?
You couldn't anyway with a previous evading.
Was that a felony conviction?
Yeah, so I evaded on 2011. Evaded again.
Dude, you're killing yourself, man. Really, slowly. Come on. It's not, everybody in there, there's no self-control. They wig out, They do whatever the hell they want to do without thinking of the consequence. And sometimes you ain't got but a nanosecond to think. If I do this, what the hell's going to happen to me? If I say this, what's going to happen? Be better than that, man. You know? All right. Good luck.
And make sure our paperwork is good.
Oh, you ready for that? Yeah, I'm ready when you are. Come on.
Yes, that's something.
Yes, sir. You know, all right. This is Mr. Alfred Johnson. We have a DWI plea. I believe it is time served on a Class B.
And are they going to dismiss the other case? Is that okay? Sir, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged, guys, hey, keep it down, please. You're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On the DWI, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where you're basically just pleading guilty to this offense and it's going to go on your record. Understand, Mr. Johnson, this charge will go on your record for the rest of your life. Will never be able to take it off. You can't take it off. Not only that, you will now be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. So what we're doing today will not happen again. Do you understand? You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So like I said, once you plead guilty to something, you can never change it. You're stuck with this. It's the advice I'm going to give you is that if you ever get pulled over and an officer sees this, well, they will, because they run every single license plate that they pull over. If they see you have a prior DWI and they roll up to you and they smell alcohol or dope, what do you think is going to happen? Right. So I would never, even if you've had 1 beer, 1 shot, 1 glass of wine, I wouldn't get in a car because you're taking a humongous chance. As much as I love Mr. Fertitta, how much money have you given him? I could have cost you $20 in an Uber. As much as I want you to make $1 million, right? So beware, you're on notice now. How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will follow the agreement, sentence you to it. I'm going to suspend your license for the minimum, which is 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license. And your other case will be dismissed on motion of the state. Tell me about the weapon now.
It was a pistol. It was in his saddlebag, Your Honor.
So
It was a motorcycle.
forfeiting the weapon?
Yes.
Hey, guys. Can you see the foot?
Thank you, Your Honor.
David Romero, sir, PTI violation.
I remember we spoke about this. We initially spoke about this last week, you know. Mr. Romero, you were lucky enough to get in this program. As it is, you were expected to strictly comply with the rigors of this, because that's what it takes to get a DWI dismissed. You know, back 15 years ago, 10 years ago, we didn't have anything like this. If you got a DWI, you ended up with a conviction no matter what. You never even had a chance to get a dismissal. Now, times have changed. You're lucky that you can even get dismissal off. And if you play with us, that offer goes away. Now, I don't normally allow people to stay on when they have issues. I guess for me, it would depend on what he has done, what he hasn't done. If he has shown that he's done absolutely nothing, I'm not inclined. Nothingness. Well, no, what I would like to know is what he has done. The TRAS just tells us what he needs to do. I want to know what he has actually done, why they want to kick him out, and whether, you know, I guess whether we should keep him on or not. Is it an exercise in futility? So it's Shatoria. Will you tell us about Mr. Romero, please?
Yes.
No, because
Do you need more time?
Yes.
Okay, can you give me a little bit of, if you want to get with Shatoria, she can tell you exactly what he's done and what he's not done. Yeah. Mr. Romero, just take a seat for me in the jury box. Don't go anywhere.
Mercy, Your Honor, for a plea. Come on, all the way up.
One days with 29 days.
Mr. Bursey, how's jail? Really? Are you sure? You were here because no self-control. You were charged with a criminal mischief. So that tells me that at some point you wigged out and just did whatever you want to do. The offer that you have now, as it stands, are we going on the evading or are we going on the mischief?
Mischief, Judge.
The evading is going to be dismissed, and you're very lucky because that's the one that's an enhanceable offense, meaning that if you were to pick up a second evading, you will be looking at years, not days, because then they can enhance you to a felony offense. I'm going to tell you now, if I see you in here again, you're going to be doing some serious time. You understand? You're charged with criminal mischief. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Mr. Johnson, or Mr. Jones, so what was it that he broke?
The door of a business. Damaged the door of a business, smashed the front door, as well as there was the windshield of the vehicle.
What was the value of the door?
The door damage was like, they have an estimate of $1,500.
$1,500. Did you replace that?
I replaced it. I paid the windshield. I didn't have that much money for it.
And don't toy with me, Mr. Bursey. Do we have restitution in this case? Were they made whole?
$50 on restitution. I lost my job.
I don't see that person.
Do you know, Mr. Press, did he pay restitution? How is it fair?
Being attacked, and when I was leaving, went in the
I
store.
want to know about the case.
Okay.
All I want to know is how is it fair that you get to get out of jail now, yet they're on the hook for $1,500?
I make payments.
I want you to know, Mr. Bursey, that from now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. And I'm telling you now that I will make a docket notation about exactly what happened here today. If I see you back here with a new case, it will not be anything under 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal, so once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. This charge will go on your record. From now on, you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. You come back here with a new case, that's what you'll be doing. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to 4 days in jail. I will give you credit for the 29 days that you've just done. Next time it's triple. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Trouble. Thank you.
We'll see. Thanks, man. So he was required to do all the standard stuff on the DWI PTI program.
The only thing that we saw was that he completed the DWI education course, and he had violations on his device, and we couldn't prove that he was going to IOT. Because of that, they recommended to go to SATF, but the TRAC that just came back just recommended IOT.
But he's not doing that.
No, I didn't have any proof that he was enrolled in it.
Your Honor, can I say two things?
Of course.
Number one, especially, that's right, there's no verification that he completed. He just told me he has proof of it, and he did it.
He had proof. The only way that we will continue is if you have proof that he's done the IOP, or that he's at least done some of it. Because he's been on for how long? A year?
Yes.
You've been on for an entire year. If you've done nothing for an entire year, it's over. So I'll let you guys get together, show me what proof you have. No, of course you can. He's got a phone. He can go look and try to get it.
He has an email on that.
However what you have, you guys powwow, figure it out. But if you've not done anything within this year, we're done. That's it.
The only thing he did, I mean, other than that, which is a question right now, he did do the VIP class.
He did do the VIP? I thought you said he only done the DWI education class.
Yes, he did. That.
And I don't think he did the DWI education. That's what she told me. He didn't.
So let's do this. If you can get together with him, my concern is the IOP and whether he's done that or not, because he's obviously been consuming alcohol as well. So that's what I want to know, whether he's done it or not. So you guys just take your time and let's see what you can get.
Your Honor, Judge, I'm approaching on Phil Dieterville from last week, if you remember.
Come up, Mr. Dieterville.
Seems like so long ago, but it was only a few days ago.
I'm not happy with you.
I already know it.
Sorry?
I already know.
You have literally, over the course of years, have picked up what, 30 cases? Is that what it is? Is it 42? 51? How many cases is it, Mr. Dieterville?
Trespass case.
No, it wasn't a trespass case.
Yes, it was.
Hold on a second, let me pull it up.
Trespass case.
Maybe it is. It is a trespass case. Do you remember what I told you last time you came here? What did I tell you?
I remember. You said something? Yes.
Therein lies the problem, because you can't remember. You continue to pick up cases, you continue to do what you want to do, and I told you I'm done. We're not doing this anymore. I gave you the opportunity. I asked you to go take a drug test. What did you do?
Storm.
Don't storm me. You were in court on Thursday. I asked you to go take a drug test and I told you to come back. What'd you do?
It was storm. That's the next day with the storm.
And don't put me on Front Street. I asked you to go take a drug test and you just left. You didn't go take one.
He told me come on the 17th. He told me come on the 17th. Next day. That's what he told me. That's what he said.
Tracy, hey, we ordered Mr. Dieterville to go take a drug test, did we not?
It was just to take the camera back.
Did he take the drug test?
No.
Mr. Dieterville, goes with you. Sorry, I'm revoking your bond now. You're staying with me. Come on.